for another week.
Yeah, another episode of East Carolina Rides, the hottest podcast in the automotive industry today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm excited. It's a new month for one thing for us, and we like to have a short memory sometimes in the car business. Move on to better and bigger things. And August, I think, is going to be a great month for us.
I think so. They continued on the rebates on the Rams, 12% off on Tradesman, Express, and Warlock. So Express and Warlock are really good sellers for us. 12% off rebate. So, you're looking at a Warlock somewhere right around close to 60 if it's got a Hemi, 58, 59. So 10% is $5,800 if it's a $58,000 truck.
Yeah.
So you're going to add another $2,700 to it, $2,400 to it, or $2,700. I mean, it's a huge rebate, like a $7,000 rebate on a $58,000 truck.
Yeah.
And then you can imagine whenever you get into the Tungstens and the Limited Longhorns, 15% off, and Rebels, 15% off. So if you're a Rebel shopper and you're like, I've always wanted to get a Rebel, I like the Rebel equipment better than the Warlock, now is your time. Now is your time to do that. So, excited that they continued on the Ram rebates. They introduced 10% off on Jeep Gladiator.
Oh, really?
10% off on Jeep Gladiator. So some of these trucks are going to be getting a real big uptick in rebate.
Remember, August is truck month.
Yeah. So whether you're looking for midsize or whether you're looking for a full-size pickup truck, we have them. And they also increased the rebates on Ram 3500s. It was only a $2,000 rebate before. Look, on these work trucks and everything, they know what they have with the Cummins diesel. They know what they have with the 6.4 liter Hemi.
That's right. Yeah. People are buying them with or without the rebates a lot of times. It's almost a necessity, especially when it comes to business needs and having the things the trucks do what they need.
They pretty much double the rebate.
Yeah.
It went from like 2 to 4.
Oh, wow.
So I expect our 2,500 shelves, our 2,500s to be flying off the shelves. Yeah.
I'm in the midst of a morning with no coffee. I opened my cabinet this week. Oh no. So I'm running on caffeine from my zero sugar Coca-Cola. It's just not the same. So you might catch me saying some things that this episode that might be like, what did he just say?
There's no way in the world my house is going to run out of coffee.
Yeah, it slipped my mind. I don't know how. I usually have like a backup bag, but evidently, I haven't been grocery shopping this last week. Like, this is just something that we deal with in the car business, but, I'm not single. I have a girlfriend. She reminds me of certain things, but being sort of bachelor, you get through these weeks, and sometimes the car business will take over certain aspects. Like Thursday, I had to come in. That's usually my grocery shopping day. I go and I do my grocery shopping. It's back in the grocery store. It's not like Saturday or Sunday where it's, crazy busy. So this Thursday I came in, and thankfully I did because it made my month happen the way it did. But then Sunday came around, and I had a whole bunch of stuff I had to catch up on, so I didn't go to the grocery store again. It's been like 2.5 weeks since I've been to the grocery store.
My goodness. Well,
that's life in the car sales. You put things behind sometimes that people don't think about. Like, you get busy, but.
Well, did you save money not going to the grocery store for 2 weeks?
No, because I had to eat out.
You had to eat out, right? So, I mean,
it ain't no money saving. There's like time.
It always costs more.
Yeah, it does. It does. And, it don't matter what you eat out. The eating out thing is whether you got coupons or not. Sorry, a little technical glitch there. Technical glitches may happen a little more often. We're debuting.
They wouldn't happen if we had more subscribers, right?
That's right. Look, we would already be in the midst of this in a live situation. We'd have all kinds of stuff, but this is like a pseudo live, so. Me and Brian we're
trying out something new today.
Yeah. We'll see how it rolls.
Trying to prepare for whenever we do get up to the follower count that we need to go live. I think one of the things that, and by the comment posted by the gentleman earlier, you know, folks really take intent to the program, and especially if you're in the car business, there's a lot that you can put into it with the comment section. But think about it. If you're an early riser, we normally do this on a Tuesday at right around 7:40, 7:45, somewhere right around there. But if you're up having coffee and you have to go be into work at 9 o'clock, you're up having coffee for a little coffee time, and you're in the car business and you want a little entertainment, or you just want some lighthearted car talk, this is the place for it. And we'd like to have you subscribe and watch. And whenever we get to go live, put in those questions. We'll answer them in real time. And we'll get it to the point where we eventually have callers, and we're not gonna stop having special guests and everything. So a lot of works and a lot of works.
Well, I think involving the community is a part of keeping this growing, and I think everybody, you know, whether you're in the car business or not, they deal with cars. You deal with automobiles in the fashion that maybe you have to have it to commute to work, or you have to go pick up your kids, or you have to, you know, have a car because you live in Greenville. And if you don't have a car in Greenville, you're kind of having a tough time. You know, you got to have a car around here. We don't have the greatest public
That is true
transportation.
in Greenville. And think about it, you know, Eastern North Carolina. I mean, a car is necessary.
That's right.
You know, you move to a big metropolis, you're actually living in the metropolis. Let's say, you know, Charlotte. If you move to Charlotte, nice to have a car. Yeah, you really don't need one if you live in Charlotte. Believe you me, I just went to a wedding down there a couple of months ago, and if you're in the city, you have transportation abundant. You know, you have public transportation. You have all kind of Ubers and Lyft. About every third car I saw down there was like a Uber or Lyft.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, they're all over the place. I mean, you have plenty of transportation down there for short little jaunts in the city. The same in New York City, our buddy Tommy Stewart. What's going on there, Tommy?
Tommy,
We know you watch.
Hope you've watched at least one or two of these.
I think he has. But buddy Tommy lives up in New York City. He doesn't need a car. He you know, sold his car.
Yeah.
You don't need a car up there.
Yeah, last time he came here, he was driving his either mom or sister's car or something like that.
Yeah, he was driving somebody else's car. So that just goes to show you need a car in Eastern North Carolina.
Right.
And we are your one-stop shop powerhouse. Whether you're looking for pre-owned, whether you're looking for new, East Carolina Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, come see Brian or Billy. Bobby.
Billy used to be here. His wife was our internet manager, and
my wife got a free plug there.
Yeah, no doubt. See, I do miss Billy being here, but I would say, you know, the other thing of the one-stop shop, and I mention this to people when I'm selling them cars because it kind of ties into the whole, like, you can come here for anything car related just about, is that we got a body shop that does almost like factory spec replacement on, you know, vehicles. They fix cars and they make them look pretty much brand new. And then we got the parts department, which they carry Mopar and Motorcraft. You know, we are a Lincoln and Jeep store, so they have Ford parts and Mopar, of course, all our Stellantis brands. And then we've got our service department, which is, you know, they don't just work on Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Lincoln.
No, they work on everything and above. Everything and above. Yeah. We GMC, no problem. GM product, Ford product, obviously no problem with us having our hands in with Lincoln. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, that goes without saying. But also your Hondas, also your Toyotas and everything. All of our pre-owned cars are PDI serviced right here. And for the most part, unless it's a warranty-related item or it's a special tool that's required to repair a vehicle, a special tool, we can do everything right here, and qualifications in order to do so. Great service manager, Carlton Skinner. You know, so Jason Kinsey, our body shop manager, he's been in the business for a long time, and our paint booth back there. It is a 100% class act paint booth back there.
Yeah.
It's a tight run ship back there in the body shop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And everybody, you know, kind of functions as a team. I think we do a good job of not necessarily, you know, being at odds with each other, even though we're all different departments. I think we do a pretty good job communicating. Not to say there's not little things, you
There
know.
comes times. Look, the way I see it is the dealership. Now, I think of dealership life as somewhat like a family, right?
Right.
But my only experience in dealership life has been working for small business, right? Corporate. I've never
Yeah.
worked for a Hendrick. I've never worked for a Auto Nation. I've never worked for where there is a complete 100% corporate structure,
Right.
where basically you're just a number.
Yeah.
You're just a number.
Mhm.
Yes, you have a name and everything, but you're just a number.
Yeah.
And here you're a lot more individual, small business aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of feel like it's a family. And anytime you have a family, and everybody knows this is true, if you have a family, you're going to have family squabbles every once in a while.
That's right.
And they normally get talked about, they normally get discussed, and the next thing you know, you're to an agreement, and then you're on to the next thing.
That's right.
So it's with anything.
Yeah.
You can have an issue back in service about a customer coming in, needing a car to drive.
That's right. That's
a common one where a customer comes in, they drive, they don't schedule up anything with service. So whenever they come in, I'm not saying anything bad here, but they don't schedule anything with service.
Mm-hmm.
Service agrees that they can take him in, but they have no car to drive.
Right.
So they say, go up and ask your salesperson.
Right.
Whenever you go up to ask the salesperson, it's a little difficult to just come up with a car off the lot on the fly.
Right.
It just is.
Yeah.
Because, at that particular point in time, we've got a ton of cars,
Mm-hmm.
but all of them have been detailed.
Right.
Okay. And these details are not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
If you get a detail on a full-size pickup truck, on a Ram 2500 pickup truck, it's $225 to detail the car.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hard ask to take a vehicle that's ready to sell off the
Mm-hmm.
lot after you've already spent money getting it cleaned up, prepared to sell, and give to a customer. In some cases, we're able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
In some cases, we're like, okay, this is an unfortunate circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
This car right here has been on the lot for 40 days or so. The miles isn't going to affect it with the customer driving it for 100 miles or whatever.
Right.
Let's go ahead and, take the risk or whatever.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and loan it out for a day so we can take care of this customer. It also depends on what type customer it is.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a customer that's been doing a long time business with a dealership loyalty has its privileges.
Yeah.
We're going to take care of those who's been taking care of the dealership and shopping here and getting their vehicle serviced here for a long period of time.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah, I mean, it makes sense to continue to foster a relationship, and that's a way we can continue to try to serve our customers after the sale, and link a customer's friend to courtesy vehicle while their vehicle's being serviced, and if they bought from us, and that's one of those things that we keep those cars. We try to keep those cars to the side so that we have them available, but we only got so many, and if everybody decides to come all at once, we just have to be dynamic, and that's just the nature of the beast in this business, is remaining dynamic and flexible. Yesterday I was worried because I had 3 customers coming in all at the same time.
great problem.
It's a great problem, absolutely. But you want to be able to take care of all 3 of them.
I know the way you are, Bobby. You're very meticulous. You want to get this customer taken care of in a particular fashion.
Yeah.
You want to get this customer taken care of in a particular fashion and everything. But really, when you have 3 things going on at one time like you did yesterday,
Mhm.
you got to realize One out of the three is probably going to definitely materialize.
Mhm.
2 out of 3's got a better than a 60% shot of materializing.
Yeah.
And then 1 of the 3's probably not going to happen anyway.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Very rarely do you have 3 things lined up at the same time, or all 3 of them just boom,
Right. That's
sold.
right. Yeah.
You know, very rarely.
Yeah. Even the back of your body, you just go ahead and knock out all 3 and be like, all right, I got a hat trick in less than an hour.
And not only that, but when you're working multiple customers, your intensity rises.
Oh, yeah.
And when your intensity rises, guess what? Your closing ability also rises.
Mm.
So always remember this, folks. If the busier you are as a sales consultant, the busier you are, the more you're going to sell. Simply because your intensity level is up here and your focus is on up here on not only taking care of the customer, but also making a sale, making a commission for you and your family. It's just naturally going to be up
Yeah.
here whenever you're working more,
That's
right?
right.
Because your brain is working quicker because you're having to do this, you're having to do that, you're having to do that.
Mhm.
You know, whereas if you're having a slow day, now I think slow days are more incumbent of salesperson's
Mentality.
mentality
Yeah.
than it is anything else, because there's always something to be doing here.
Yeah.
Let's say like it is a slow rainy day.
Mm.
Hey, it's raining.
Yeah.
You have a choice to either be slow or not slow, right?
Yeah.
So if let's say like your pipeline, we always talk about a customer pipeline. Look, if your pipeline is low, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to open up our showroom and I'm going to do some product training.
Mhm.
I'm going to go advance myself and look at the Q3 training for Dealer Connect and learn my new Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram products, and also any kind of new technology that they've come out with.
Right.
So, you know, that's one of the things. That's not wasting time. That's craft.
Absolutely.
And if you use a slow day like that, the ones that use their free time wisely are usually the ones that wind up doing very good in this business, making a great living.
Yeah, you got to. You can always find something to do on a car lot, whether it be out here physically putting your hands on stuff, getting inside the vehicle. Look, even if you're just making the line look straight, you're getting in, you're checking to see if it has gas. You're checking to make sure there's no like warning lights on like winter days. You know, you get the tire pressure light on. Well, you know, if you see something, you could do something about it. Be proactive because you might be showing that car an hour from now. You know, if you do, then you're not getting in something and being surprised by the tire pressure being low and you having to stop the sort of that's going on when your customer is ready to go for a test drive and you know they're hot to trot. You got to be ready to trot right along with them. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely. How you react to a customer. Let's say like a customer comes out and they shopped online. Now, I'm a firm believer that only 10% of the customers we get as walk-ons are actually true walk-ons, right?
No, yeah.
Most customers know what we have out here. They've seen it online, either through a third-party vendor like a CarGurus, or through Stellantis site, or through our website. They've seen kind of what they want, right?
Right.
There's a reason why they're out. There's a reason why they're out here. Very rare today that you have somebody that just drives by, sees something, and pulls in.
Yeah.
Now we're at a great intersection for that to happen.
Right.
I guarantee you, we have more of that happen at this dealership than any other dealership in town. But I will say this: very few people come into the lot not knowing exactly what they want now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, it's like we were talking about last week. It's right there in your face most of the time. If you have a cell phone, you're getting it pushed in your direction anyways.
But we're talking about salespeople reactions to that, right?
That's right.
So whenever a customer comes in and they know exactly what they want and everything, they just don't know where it is. Now,
Right.
wouldn't it be nice if you knew exactly where that car was whenever the customer asked you?
Yeah.
So that way you didn't have to go look on the computer. I don't know why anybody would go look on a computer, because it's not going to tell you where the car is, okay?
Yeah.
So it's really your responsibility to know where the car is. But now you're forced to ask the used car manager, Ed, and I'm sure Ed's going to say something,
Yeah.
right? But Ed's just trying to teach you.
That's right.
Ed's just trying to teach you. So, so then they come to me. They come to me, and I'm going, well, okay, well, yeah, I know where that car is. Yeah. And they're like, where is it? And I'm like,
You don't know?
You don't know where it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly where that car is.
Right.
And eventually, because they have a customer,
Yeah.
you have to tell them, right?
Right.
So, if you don't tell them, you're going to be, you're not looking out for the customer either.
No.
So, you tell them where the car is and everything, but it's just a learning thing.
Mhm.
You need to know where your inventory is, because the one salesperson has to go ask a manager, how's that appear to the customer?
Yeah.
Now, it appears to the customer, hey, at least he's asking to find out where it is. So
That's
I'm
right.
going to give him a shot, right?
Yeah.
But think about the turnaround. If you go, yes, Mrs. Smith, I know exactly where that CRV is. Let me go grab the key, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it up for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That then instills some confidence right there.
Right. And here's a tip for a new salesperson, or a salesperson that wants to learn something new that's been in the business for a while. If a customer comes in and is vehicle specific, especially if they have a stock number, what does that tell you?
Yeah.
They've been online.
Yeah.
But if they're vehicle specific, okay, go see the keyboard, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If they come in and they're like, hey, I'm interested in the 2021 Honda CRV that you have,
Mm-hmm.
go look on the keyboard, look on the 2021 peg,
Yeah.
and see the Honda and get the Honda CRV key.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like you shouldn't even have to say that. That should be like a innate thing, but instead of you dance around it.
I don't know where this computer stuff has come from.
Yeah.
And that's happened a couple of times. I've seen that happen. I shake my head and I go, the computer's not going to tell you where the car is. How is taking a customer and you looking on your computer wasting, I don't know, 3 minutes, saying, all right, let me see if I can find this car. Oh, yes, I see it right here.
Yeah.
Well, let me go ahead and tell you, if a customer says that, I'm just going to go to the keyboard, grab the key, and I'm going to go pull the car up because I know where it is.
Right.
There's your difference there. We say time kills deals too. Time at the very beginning, customer confidence, right?
Definitely. I think that for those that maybe don't have the best memory, if you don't, that's understandable. You can kind of beat the system a little bit. Somebody tells you something like that, you say, hey, look, let me go grab it for you. I'll be right back. You have your computer right in your pocket. It'll take but just a second, especially if you have the stock number to search it in your inventory. It does take knowing your tools well to be able to do that quickly. So you either use the website, which can take time, or you can use the CRM, which has a really quick way to narrow down the inventory. If you go through and use that tool, and you can learn a little bit about it before you're talking about it while you're walking to go pull it up for them. And if you can multitask like that, you can really kind of look like a superhero because you know the miles, you know the details about it. You might even, as you're walking by to the keyboard, ask Ed, hey, do you got any like quick news about this particular car?
It's simple. Customers want salespeople that are, first of all, that they're not going to BS them.
Right.
Okay. They don't want any BS.
Yeah.
They want to get straight to the point. Okay. And they want a salesperson that is knowledgeable. Okay.
Yeah.
Knowledgeable about the product. If it's an off brand, I think customers actually give you a little grace. This is just from my experience of selling for a lot of years.
Yeah.
Whenever I show a Ford pickup truck, I can dance around it, right?
Yeah.
But I can't show it a salesperson can.
That's right.
Yeah.
But it's not our specialty.
But I don't think it's expected from the customer either, right?
Right.
Whenever somebody's looking for an off-brand, I just really try to find features that from kind of like an interview, what we call qualifying. I try to find out what they like about a vehicle, right? And I kind of focus on that if it's an off-brand. If it's one of our brands and everything, well, I kind of know it. So I go in there and I really give them a deep layered effect and a real show on a Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram vehicle. So it's a different. But I think customers do give you a little bit of grace as far as product knowledge if it's something pre-owned that's an off-brand.
Right.
Well,
walking out, taking a look at vehicles every morning that's out there is a great way to know your inventory. We do trade walks on Saturday, and you can sometimes pick up little bits and think having a story to tell about a car especially in the pre-owned line, kind of helps. If you just say, well, I don't know, we got it on a trade. Okay, well, that's nothing. Everybody, can
So
understand.
you want to
it was a
install
trade.
confidence.
Yeah.
That's what and I tell people this all the time. A lot of people say, Brian, should I sell my car or should I trade it? So this is a really good topic, actually.
Yeah.
So it really depends. It's your car or it's your truck.
Sure.
You can do whatever you want to, right?
Mhm.
And I'm going to go ahead and tell you, should I trade it or should I sell it? So you got to do here's the pros of selling it. I tell folks all the time, you may be able to get somewhere right around $2,000, $2,500 more than what we're giving you for it.
Mm-hmm.
You may be able to do that
Yeah,
because
realistically.
yeah, realistically, that's about what you're going to be. That's what you're going to be looking for.
Yeah.
Very rarely, whenever we make you an offer on a vehicle on a trade-in, very rarely is a customer going to be going, "Oh well, I know I can get $10,000 more." I'm not going to be off that much.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not going to give anybody, whether it be the dealership or that much leeway in a deal.
No.
Whenever I appraise a car or whenever Ed appraises a car, we put it on the money. We put it on the money so that way we can market base that price car used.
Yeah.
Here's the con about selling your own car.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say like somebody's got, just pick a car, Bobby.
2017 RAV4.
Great. 2017 RAV4, Toyota RAV4.
Mm-hmm.
That vehicle's going to sell.
Yeah.
That vehicle is going to sell like a hotcake. Okay, especially if it's got less than 200,000 miles on it. A 2017 Toyota RAV4. So now you've got dealers that's got, let's say like dealers in a 100-mile radius has got 13 of them, right?
Right.
Okay, so those 2017 RAV4s, let's say like the average one's got 140,000 miles on them.
Mm-hmm.
Those 12 or 13 cars in the surrounding 100 miles and everything is going to compete with the one that you're putting on Facebook Marketplace. Those are going to compete with if you put it in like a Auto Trader type situation as a private seller.
Yeah.
Now, if you try to get the very, very most out of it,
mm-hmm.
okay, and all these dealers are selling them for a little bit less than yours.
Right.
First of all, you're going to be on the bottom of the page.
Yeah.
People's not going to see very much, much activity on your vehicle because these dealers have been invested in these third-party sites and or Facebook because dealers investing in Facebook so
they pay to be at the top.
Yeah, they pay it to be at the top. So they eventually are shoving your vehicle down on the page.
Yeah.
So it makes life a little difficult because you're a private seller versus a dealer. Now, there's filters that customers can do. They normally don't, though. Mm-hmm. There's customers a filter can do if they only want to buy from a private buyer.
Yeah.
Now, I've never heard anybody using that filter. But, again, I'm in the car business.
Well, as a private seller, at least from my perspective of being in the car business, there's probably going to be 0 to a little reconditioning.
And then there's time.
Mm-hmm.
So you work a full-time job. You want to sell your vehicle. Yeah. So you put it on Facebook Marketplace. Next thing you know, you're getting 60 instant messengers. Is this car available? Is this car available?
Right.
Is this car? Now you've got to determine, gosh, now I've got all these people to call back. Mm-hmm. And you try to call them back because you're interested in selling your car, right? Mm-hmm. Well, you call them back and lo and behold, welcome to the car business. Nobody answers.
Yeah, you get ghosted. You're like, nah, you know what? I changed my mind.
And then all of a sudden, you get yourself an appointment. You get yourself an appointment to meet you at your house on a Saturday, your day off. Oh, you're feeling great. I'm going to sell my car.
Mm-hmm.
Customer, the potential client of yours, the potential buyer says they're going to be there at 2 o'clock on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
You've got that sucker spick and span. You're ready to go. You're ready to show it. You just know you're going to show it. And then 2:30 comes, you're sipping on your sweet tea, and you're like, where are these folks at?
Yeah.
Where are these folks at? Welcome to the car business.
Yeah. You planned your whole day around them not showing up on time or at all.
Yeah. You're going to meet somebody you're working one day and you're planning on meeting somebody at lunch at First Citizens Bank. to go show your in the parking lot to show your truck, right? Because you drove the truck to work.
Like this is just beginning to sound like a huge hassle to me.
Yeah.
And it's stressing me out. And I do this every day selling
Yeah,
cars.
you agree to meet somebody at a First Citizens parking lot on your lunch break because why? Because you want to sell your truck.
Right.
Next thing you know, your wallet's being taken away while you're being held up at gunpoint.
Yeah,
you
there are
just-
some risks for sure.
You just don't know, right?
Yeah.
So with trading your car, there's a sense of knowledge there that, hey, yeah, I may get a couple less.
Mhm.
One thing to remember is you know, if you got a $30,000 trade-in, that's $900 in tax savings.
Right.
That if you trade it in. So it's actually the benefit of $30,900, not 30.
Yeah.
So you get the tax benefit for that. So I think that the public realizes that the trading is a much more safer. It's a much more in-your-face option. You know what you're going to get and everything because customers just don't have time to sell. You know, they just don't have time to sell. Somebody that works for,
Right.
and especially whenever you have to deal with customer and then financing. Let's say like you're trying to sell a car.
I mean, people going to have a check for 30 grand just off the street.
Yeah. And then financing. So the customer goes, oh, yeah. Or client in this case.
Yeah.
But the client goes, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to the bank. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
You going to talk to the bank about financing? You going to bring me cash money? You going to have a check? You know, it's like you have to suddenly become inundated with all the things that can happen, potentials that can happen, dealing with the public, in a private sale situation. It's a challenge, and I will say that unfortunately, Facebook Marketplace and some of this is that you will get a lot of scammers texting you, and you'll get a lot of people that are just either computers or AI or whatever, and you're ending up dealing with probably 50 to 70% of just garbage. And so you have to sift through a lot. It becomes a whole second job. You know what I mean? Trying to do a private sale.
But it's a good topic.
Mhm.
It comes up a lot.
Yeah.
You know, very, very rarely does it work out like a winning combination for the customer to put their car up for sale and to try to sell it. And if I had to put a percentage on it, I would think about 20% of the time it's easy.
Right.
And about 80% of the time it's moderately hard.
Yeah. Well, we do find that occasionally, and this just happened recently, where they'll come in, the customer that was going to trade kept their vehicle, say they had the title to it, they didn't need to trade it. I guess, you know, they were going to just see what they could do.
Yeah.
You know, but then a month or two rolls by and they're back here.
They're back here again,
You
yeah.
know, just saying, hey, look, you offered me this. Can I still get that offer? And of course, the market can change, so we can't guarantee that we're going to be able to offer. And most of the time, it's going to be less, you know, a month or two later.
It depends on what it is.
Right.
But, you know,
Yeah.
most of the time it's going to be a tick less.
Right.
Because time has passed by and time's money on a depreciating asset, or it's really not even an asset, a car, but, you know, it's the only asset a car is how you're going to use it, right?
Mhm.
So work trucks, I do consider those assets, right?
Mhm.
They're a depreciating liability and money-wise.
That's right, yeah.
But that's the money-wise sitting there.
Mhm.
How much can that truck, how much can that Ram over there make you?
Right.
If that Ram over there is making you a ton of money, now that truck becomes an asset.
Yeah.
Becomes an asset to your business.
That's right.
So same thing with a van. You get a HVAC company that gets one of these vans that's already outfitted with HVAC patches, package, and your shelves, bins, and your Easy Glide ladder rack on top and everything. They're able to put it on the road right then and there.
Yeah.
There's no week of waiting. How much money can that van make that business in a week? Okay,
Right.
because if you can't get out the 4 customers' houses to fix their heat and air units and everything, you're losing how much? And that's just in one day with one HVAC person.
Yeah. That's why we have those turnkey situations. I'm glad you brought that up. We're about to have a cabin chassis come to us with a utility bed.
Yeah.
And then we've got the HVAC package, which shout out to Coastal Linings. They are doing a great job for us on upfits,
Yeah.
and really good to work with too. They're easy to
Yeah,
work with.
Matt, Mike, and the boys, everybody there is a class act. Really appreciate Coastal Linings in helping us out. They do great work. Bed liners, usually quick. If somebody wants a spray-in bed liner on a Ram, I order our new Rams with spray-in bed liners, but sometimes the material is on, restrict.
Yeah.
So sometimes I have to order Rams without spraying liners.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the way that it is, right?
Right.
So if I can't order it, I'm going to order a Ram. I'm
Yeah.
going to make sure to have the truck.
Yeah, no doubt.
But, that's the whole key. But, sometimes we have to get a spray-in liner done for a customer. If you purchase a truck without a spray-in liner, normally we've got an option to get that done the next day. So.
Yeah. Well, we went off into the whole different stratosphere of this. I didn't even expect this podcast to go in the direction that it did, but I think this was a really good conversation for us consumers, especially to know, what they're going to deal with in the private sale market.
It's just car talk, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's the hottest podcast in the automotive industry, and this
You're
is
right.
why, just lighthearted. It's information.
Mm-hmm. And we come with it every week.
Yeah.
If you think about cars enough, which is probably me, I think about it every day, every few days even. I would say we do it weekly so that you can have that reminder of what's out there, what's available, how to shop for cars, because we know consumers aren't going to do it every single year. Most of the time, it's every 2-3 years. But you can stay in the loop and be more knowledgeable, I think, watching this show. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, give us some feedback. If you comment, if you want to join us in the conversation, we would love to hear from people about what's important to them.
And if you have a question, if you're a car person and if you have a question regarding a car question, please drop them in the comments at this point. When we go live and everything, you can definitely ask right then and there. That's what I can't wait for. I can't wait to do that. But put a comment in. I promise you, if you put a comment in, either me or Bobby will get back to you on that and get you an answer to a car question if you're a customer, or if you're a salesperson looking for advice, hit us up. Yeah. I mean, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, it's an open forum. We're hoping to continue to keep this sort of live aspect because we're just a one-off. We're not going in and editing this. This is the way we record this is kind of like live anyways. So I don't think it's going to be all that much different of a podcast when we live like that.
Which is a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
We can just be ourselves.
That's it.
Which, we're authentic anyway. I mean, might as well just be ourselves and go live. Let's go ahead and get it done.
Yeah.
But we need more subscribers.
We do. Yeah, we do need a few more. So not to beat a dead horse here, but hit that subscribe button. Hit that like
Beat the dead horse.
Yeah. But we really appreciate it. And, of course, all the support that we've gotten through the duration. We're gonna continue to move forward, and I think we got a hopefully busy day today.
Yeah.
Again, that mentality. It will be a busy day today, and I'm looking forward to a busy week.
Yeah. Everybody, thank you, and we'll see you next week.
See ya. Thanks for watching.